What's up, everybody? My name is Scott Waters. Welcome to No Life Till Metal. It's time for a rock metal update. That's right, time for rock metal updates. I've got quite a stack of records here. I'm just gonna pull them up here, put them on my lap so we can go through them real quick. Yeah, real quick. This first stack of records is actually given to me by a guy I do a lot of trading back and forth with. He has done VC videos in the past, but he hasn't done one in quite a while. His name is Jorgen Rodley. I'm not sure how you pronounce the last name, but it's Jorgen. I will try to remember to put a link to his channel up. He does have some cool videos. I'm sure they're still there. But anyhow, he sent me some cool new 12-inch vinyl. This being Overdrive, classic, traditional heavy metal. This is a repressing on Cult Metal Classics from 2017, and I have number 257 of 300. But I love this old stuff that they're re-releasing now. All these old, underground demo bands, and bands that not huge bands like Maiden and Priest. Just great old school heavy metal, and that's definitely what you get with this Overdrive. He sent me three 12-inch records, and of the three that he sent me, that's definitely my favorite one. This band is this is Antblod, Finnmark, and I've only listened to this one once so far, so I can't really say a whole lot intelligent about it. It's a brand new band to me, brand new album to me. I don't even know how to explain it, so I'm just going to show it, and eventually I'll, do it in a What's Spinning video or something when I get a chance to really digest it more. So anyhow, Antblod, Finnmark is the name of the album. Yeah. This one is raw thrash metal, like really raw. Aggressive's not the word. I mean, it is aggressive, but it's more just like sloppy, you know what I mean? It's hard to explain. Kind of like early thrash metal, like where it was almost more punk ethic than the machine gun riffing that you hear. The real tight machine gun riffing and palm muting and all that kind of stuff you hear in thrash. This is more raw, sloppy, with a punk edge kind of to it. There's a letter he sent me with it. I usually keep, when I get letters stuff, I usually keep them with the albums that they came in. But here's a picture of the band. The name of the band is PaganFire. PaganFire. This album is from the Czech Republic, and it's released in 2010 on Monster Nation Records. There's the inner sleeve, which is actually upside down. Pictures of the band. You can kind of get the idea. I mean, they look like a thrash band. They're all playing the pointy guitars. Everybody loves especially thrash metal bands seem to love the pointy guitars, the BC Rich guitars. With so you got 1, 2, 3 different BC Rich guitars in this band. So very cool, very good stuff, very raw. Like I said, quite enjoyed it. I have to check out more from them. But anyhow, if you like old school thrash metal, kind of a raw edge, like early Venom, it's metal, but it has like punk delivery to it. That's kind of what you're going to get with PaganFire. This next one's, let's see, one of these, two of these, I don't know. Some of these. I'm just going to go through these first here. We got, let's go through these three. Two of these were an exchange with, I do a lot of records trading, swapping, whatever, with Rui Martins, another guy who used to do a lot of VC videos and hasn't done one in, I want to say, a year and a half, 2 years. I really missed the guy, but we chat back and forth on Facebook, and we still do a lot of record trading. He sent me, this is a repressing, a recent repressing of Coroner, Rest in Peace, R.I.P. This is originally a 1987 album, Swiss thrash metal, very technical, very, I don't know, the Coroner's Corner. They don't sound like anybody else in my opinion. Had a great sound. But this is I believe a 2018 repressing on Century Media Records. So I believe Century Media bought up the what was it, Noise or whatever label they were on before, and so they recently put this out. Very reasonably priced stuff too. Like a lot of the KREATOR ones and Celtic Frost ones are through the ceiling high. They're like 40, 50 bucks each, and I know why, because they put a lot into them. They've got books and all this posters and all this stuff in them. This is pretty much straightforward. What you see here is what you get. There's no fancy colored vinyl. There's no fancy inserts. It's just straightforward, heavy metal record. But I'm fine with that. I do enjoy the inserts, I must say. I would have liked some kind of insert in here other than just none. But it's still cool to be able to get these old classics that are hard to find on. There's the center ring on vinyl again, and this band definitely deserves to have all their albums re-released. Thrash metal in particular just seems to have a cult following that's just never gone away. I mean, there's just tons of people that weren't even around during the thrash era of the late 80s and into the 90s, and they love this stuff. This one also came from Rui, and this is Mental Vortex. I can't remember what year this one originally came out. I don't know if the original years are in the back or not. 1991, it is on the back. And this is, of course, a brand new reissue of this one. And then because he sent those two, I went ahead and grabbed No More Color as well. Again, under 20 bucks. All these were under 20 bucks, I assume. I don't know how much he paid for them. He got his copies in I keep wanting to say Norway. Norway is not where he's from. He's from Portugal. Yeah, so there you go. So 3 from Coroner that I didn't have, and because I got into listening to them, I also just happened to pull out my old Punishment record in the background too, because I was actually listening to that as well. This is one more he sent me, and I don't know much about it. I've only given it a spin once, but this is Horizon. And as you can see, it's kind of got that old school heavy metal cover, Master of the Game, and it's got one of those hand-drawn covers. Not sure how well that's showing up on the screen or not, but there you go. But it's a football player. I don't know, it's really hard to tell what it is, but it actually is a football player. He looks like he's all slashed up, but he's got a big football in his hand, and I don't know exactly what's going on in that picture. But the sound here is just old school heavy metal, moving a bit more towards the melodic, almost AOR-ish sound, for the early 80s. This album was released in 1985. So it's still very good. It's just not as kind of heavy as I expected it to be, just because I expected it because of the cover. But maybe the photos in the back kind of give you more of an idea what the band might sound like. They kind of have that, AOR-ish, melodic hard rock, melodic heavy metal look, and that's exactly what this is. I can't remember where this band is from. I guess it doesn't matter at this point, but it's on a major label too. This is on Columbia Records. Although this is a import version from looks like Germany. Nope, Holland, from Holland. Horizon. Now this one's a super duper rarity. I should have actually saved this one because I'm going to be doing another video showing original pressings of some metal albums I picked up recently. But this thing is, this is Phil Accardi's Chalice. And it's been only ever released, never was released on CD, not officially anyhow. It was only released on cassette tape, and 50 promo copies were pressed, mostly for like radio stations and stuff like that. There's no cover on it. This is the original cover. It's got the original promo pack inside of it. There's the original cassette cover. And it even has a form inside to fill out for the radio stations, which is really awesome. I never thought I'd own this, but I ended up trading a guy for this. He wanted, I don't know, like 5 CDs for it, so I gave him the 5 CDs, and there you go. I got the record in my collection. Very cool. So Phil Accardi's Chalice, and 80s melodic heavy metal, really good stuff. Kind of leaning more towards the commercial edge of heavy metal, but still very good band. It's not like Poison pop stuff. It's definitely metal, but it leans more towards the melodic side of things. So yeah, Phil Accardi's Chalice. I can't remember what year this came out. 88 maybe? Let's see if there's a year on here somewhere. I don't see a year anywhere on here. Of course not. I'm thinking it was probably around 87 or 88. A little punk rock from One Bad Pig. I've shown this one a couple times in What's Spinning videos in my car. Finally was able to get a hold of the vinyl for this. I traded with a good friend of mine who wanted a book that I owned, and he sent me the record of this. Doesn't have a turntable, and he supported the band in their fundraiser for this album. So he gave me the autographed record in exchange for the book. So very cool. I'm so glad to have this in my collection. So this makes three One Bad Pig albums vinyl in my collection, though I have all their stuff on CD. But yeah, I really enjoy this record. It's fun, it's funny, it's One Bad Pig. You know, it is punk, but it's their own punk sound. It's not like they sound like, you know, the Sex Pistols or sound like the Ramones or, you know, Teenage Head or whatever you want to say. They sound like themselves. They don't want to sound like anybody else. They kind of have a metal edge at times. Sometimes they have more of a hard rock edge, less punk. But regardless, very good band. Brand new album from My Silent Wake. This is There Was Death. 2018 release, I guess. It came out towards the end of 2018. Not even, you know, I couldn't even include this one in my 2018 video if I wanted to because I didn't have it yet. But yeah, double album. Continues what, you know, My Silent Wake always does. Just kind of that very doomy sound. Doom is really what I would describe them as. But they have the kind of gravelly death metal-ish vocals. So it's not traditional doom. It's more of a, you know, death metal doom mix. You think death metal, you kind of think, you know, blast beats and fast and speed. That's not the case here. Just in the vocals, you get some of that growled vocal style in there. But it's not like you can't understand what he's saying either. So it's not just a bunch of Cookie Monster vocals. He actually has legible, you know, intelligent. Intelligent is not the right word. I don't know. You can understand what he's saying. He enunciates, despite being a death metal vocalist. So, and then anybody who doesn't know the main character behind this band, let's see if there's a picture inside of here. Nope, there's no pictures. Anyhow, it's Ian Arkley. And Ian Arkley was the main man behind Seventh Angel as well. So this is his band. So people have asked me, are they a Christian band? No, they're not a Christian band. Not at all. They don't claim to be. Their lyrics aren't. No, they're not. And I think that people assume that because Ian was in a Christian band called Seventh Angel, but no, it's not at all. So next up, a couple of classics. All these are reissues. The last three of these are all reissues. They're all classics. But Dwayne, who I said, you know, will be resurrected. I'm hoping he's going to come back and do a video. Lazarus sent me this in the mail. Very cool. I just out of the blue, he texted me and said, hey, you need this record? And I'm like, heck yeah, I need that record. So I believe this was the third album from Cloven Hoof. They have a few newer albums out that I really like to get because George Call is their vocalist, and he's just an amazing vocalist. But yeah, didn't have this one. Had it on CD, never had it on vinyl, so really glad to have this. Just great, straight up, you know, heavy metal, new wave British heavy metal style, whatever you want to call it. But very cool reissue. I don't know when it was reissued. Looks like the original one came out in 1987. Doesn't really say what year this pressing came out. I'm assuming it's from like 2017 or 18, somewhere in that area. Really glad to have this finally in my collection. Just great, straightforward, old school heavy metal. As is this one. This is the brand new reissue of Emerald. This is Armed for Battle. This one actually came with a patch as well. This is No Remorse Records. Came out at the very end, tail end of 2018. You could get the colored vinyl or the black vinyl. They had a box version of it that came with, I think, a cassette and the CD. I opted for the black vinyl version because you've heard me say before, it's not that big a deal. Although a green vinyl and the band Emerald, that's not a bad, you know, it's not too bad. They did a good job on the cover for the most part. I would have cleaned it up a little more myself just because that's what I do. If you look closely, you can kind of see the pixelation in the Emerald logo. I would have smoothed that out a little bit. That's just me being picky because of what my job is. But it does have an insert with pictures of the band throughout the years. Cool picture of Roger Dale Martin, of course, who went on to be with Vengeance Rising and Die Happy. It's funny though because they used a picture from the Die Happy days, not from back in the early 80s when he was in this band. I actually have a picture of him in this band. He looked a little more, I don't want to say glammy, but a little less like that. Regardless, very cool reissue from them. The vinyl sold out as fast as it came out, so it's already sold out. At least I know all the distributors in the United States who had it, it's sold out. So And that includes Rox. Rox had gotten, I think, 30 copies, and he didn't even have time to put them up on his website, and they were already sold. So, and last one for today is an album that most people seem to loathe. I really like it. A little bit of a story behind it. This is KREATOR, Renewal. This was the 90s KREATOR. This was when, you know, thrash kind of was at a, I don't know, at a stalling point, and people were tired of repeating themselves, and they were kind of searching for a sound. And that's definitely true of KREATOR too. What you have here is kind of a mix of thrash metal, heavy metal, and a bit of industrial mixed in. And I kind of dig it. I know a lot of people dislike this album quite a bit. I remember walking into Walmart one time, mid-late 90s, and they had this big bin of, this huge bin of 99-cent or 50-cent, 2 for $1 cassette tapes. And one of those tapes that was in there was KREATOR Renewal. Still had a cassette deck in my car at the time, so I bought it and a few other things. And first one I popped in was Thin Lizzy. I remember buying Bad Reputation. The second one I popped in was this one. This was KREATOR's Renewal, and I loved it. I listened to it over and over and over again. And I don't know what people dislike about it. Maybe because it isn't exactly like those early albums, because they strayed from the sound a little bit. I don't know. To me, it doesn't make a difference. It's what's good is good, and I enjoy it. So I've always enjoyed this record. I don't see why people slag it at all. So when I saw it was being re-released for a decent price on vinyl, I snagged it. This is a 2-album version, but the regular album is on just 1 album. But the second one has like some B-side releases. Side 3 has a song called Winter Martyrium, the rare version, whatever that means. And then Side 4 has a song called Trauma and Europe After the Rain remix. So very cool release. Very cool to have this KREATOR album. Really glad that all these bands are seeing reissues. I'm glad. I love the vinyl reissue, resurgence, whatever. It's awesome for me. Not only because I love collecting vinyl, but because I get to do a lot of the artwork for it. So if any of the people from No Remorse Records decide to watch this, I'm willing to help. Give me a buzz. Anyhow, that's it. I appreciate y'all watching. Once again, any comments are appreciated. And that's it. God bless. Stay strong.